because our videos were used that fateful day that the BBC were destroyed. As for your other questions and the claims you say have been made, you say, the BBC says, you as a reporter for the BBC say claims have been made, and that you, the BBC, would like to give me a right of reply to. I would be happy to answer your questions and reply to claims made face to face. That is to say, via a video conference interview with yourself and perhaps even another person that you may have contacted, i.e. Daniel Dumbrill. I'm assuming you have contacted other people regarding this piece. This would, I believe, be beneficial to yourself as a journalist, which I assume you are, to the BBC as a news agency, supposedly impartial and unbiased, and also to myself and Daniel, not least in terms of ensuring that my words and Daniel's words are not taken out of context and used in a nefarious way, okay? And not paraphrased to insinuate some meaning I didn't imply. I look forward to your response. Best regards, Barry. Okay, so that's where we are. The next email came at 12:39 a.m. my time, China time. Hi Barry, thanks for getting back to me. Unfortunately, I am unable, what a surprise, to do a video conference for a right of reply. The idea of this is to give you, me, the BBC giving me the opportunity to respond to some of these questions and claims. We'd originally, now here's a point, okay? We'd originally given you a deadline over the weekend for a response, okay? So this reporter from the BBC is saying in this email, which I can prove word for word, I have not altered this, we'd originally given you a deadline over the weekend for a response. Are you still interested in responding to these questions and these claims? We'd need the response in the coming days. That's very vague, in the coming days. That means today, tomorrow, the next day, I guess. And she repeats, he or she, the reporter repeats. As I said in my previous email, we're keen, no shit, to know the following. What newspaper did you work for in England and when was this? Why do you think the Ministry of Foreign Affairs used your video in the briefing? What has prompted you to make these videos? And is there a reason they have become more political over time? The insinuation there, a loaded question. Here are the claims. Now we've got the claims, okay? Here are the claims that I would like to give you a right of reply to. Your videos are coordinated to counter investigative reports by independent media outlets. Now let's just double check that. Let's just get that straight. Your videos, that means this person is talking about my videos. Your videos are coordinated to counter investigative reports by independent media outlets on topics such as the treatment of China's Uyghur community. Okay? Your videos, my videos, are part of a disinformation campaign to spread Communist Party rhetoric. Well, I have never uttered one fucking word of Communist Party rhetoric, so, you know, but we'll get back to all this. Please let me know if you would like to provide a right of reply. Okay, well, according to the language here, they're not so bright. They're not the sharpest tools in the box these days, are they? This person, this reporter is saying, please let me know if you would like to provide a right of reply. Well, they're, according to them, they're offering me. They're providing me with the right to reply. So the language is already getting a little bit blurry here. Okay. Okay, I replied the next day at 8:04 a.m. Again, I can prove all of this word for word. It's on the server. I can't alter this. I can't mess with it. Okay, it is what it is. Hi, so my response, hi, we'd originally given you a deadline over the weekend for a response. My response to this is, oh, you had? Really? This wasn't mentioned to me, which it was not. However, I will respond in more detail later today. Regards, Barry. Next email, 2:37 p.m, a few hours later. Hi, Barry. Thanks for getting back to me. It was mentioned to you in the first email with questions. I invite you to answer the questions and comment on the claims by, now here's a deadline being given, by 23:30 UK time on Thursday. As you can see, that time has since passed. So looking forward to hearing from you in more detail today. Fuck me. Okay, now I'm going to come back to this, but twice this person, this reporter from the BBC has said, we gave you a deadline. They did not, and I will prove this. They did not. So actually, even in the email exchanges with me, which is personal one-to-one communication, this person is lying to me, knowing that I have every single word of this as factual proof of what has been said. Okay? So, next email. I say, I received no email from you on the 20th of April. Barry. The time, and then the next email came back quite quickly. The time and date on the email will be different as you are in a different time zone. Fair enough. It was sent by me on the 20th of April, but you would have received it, it would have been received by you on the 21st. Fair enough. Okay. I just sent you the email that I sent to you, which specified the time we needed a response from you and proof of me sending that exact same message last week. Really? If you wish to provide a right of reply, please let me know. Otherwise, I will have to say that we contacted you. Get this. If you wish to provide a right of reply, if you wish to provide a reply, not a right of reply, they say by their good grace, they are giving me the right of reply. Like I say, they're not the sharpest tools in the box, these people. You can't get the staff these days. So I will reiterate the last line of this last email here. If you wish to provide a right of reply, that means if I wish to provide a reply to their giving me a right of reply, please let me know. Otherwise, I will have to say, get this, otherwise I will have to say that we contacted you for a right of reply, to give you a right of reply. Fuck me, they're so dumb. Otherwise, I will have to say that we contacted you for a right of reply, but we were not provided with one. Many thanks, blah, blah. Okay. I reply very quickly, within half an hour. I am writing my reply now. Cheers, Barry. Again, I sent another email. Hi, you will have an email reply, a full reply, in under 1 hour. And regarding your email of the 21st, I reproduce in full, and I reproduce this email that they gave to me, that they sent. Thanks so much for getting back to me, blah, blah, blah. You claim to work for a newspaper. You are paid by China to create these videos. Nothing about a deadline. Nothing about a date. Not one single fucking word about deadline or date in this thing. There's nothing, okay? I can show you this. No deadline, no date. Right. And I sent another email. So I sent 3 or 4 emails in very quick succession because I did not want them to step around this trick that they play, saying we gave you the right of reply and you did not. Okay, so I wasn't going to let them get away with this. Hi, Barry. Thanks so much for getting back to me. So I said April the 27th, 9:05 p.m., about to send. I'm going to send you this now, okay? And then I send the email, and I reproduce their emails to me. So I say, hi, to begin, 1 item at a time. I understand your video was used in an MoFA China MFA briefing recently. Barry, correct. Yes, at least one of my videos has been used by an MFA spokesperson, such as ChunYing and Zhao Lijian. Okay, so that's first answer, number one. Your first question, you claim to have worked for a newspaper in England for 6 years previously. Previously, they said, you claim to have worked for a newspaper in England for 6 years. Where and when was this? So there's two versions of this question. Barry, me, correct. Yes, it's not a claim. I worked for Britain's largest circulation daily newspaper for 6 years. Where and when is not your concern, okay? So, to continue, China's Ministry of Foreign Affairs via ChunYing used my video in the briefing to illustrate quite clearly to the BBC in person and to the world at large that a person the BBC have employed, Adrian Zenz, by his own admission when asked by the BBC to find some evidence of human rights abuses, had refused, stating, as displayed in my video in his own words, "No, I can't. It's too difficult. There is too little evidence." Again, in his own words, the BBC approached Zenz again, this time with a commission. Zenz's own words. This is the video ChunYing used. A commission means money. It means money. There's no ifs or buts. A commission means money. We'll pay you. How much, God knows. All right. Again, in his own words, Zenz said that the BBC approached him again, this time with the commission meaning money, as I'm sure the BBC's Kathy Long, the producer at this briefing that got slapped by ChunYing, Kathy Long is the name, can confirm. She can confirm this because she said in her own words, I am a BBC producer. I produced all of the BBC programs that used Adrian Zenz. Why didn't the MFA or any other media organization come to us to ask about our supposed, it's not supposed, our supposed relationship with Adrian Zenz? Well, nobody had to. ChunYing used my video and Daniel's to illustrate perfectly well that Adrian Zenz himself had described the relationship, and the BBC pay me to find things. And as ChunYing herself said, I think you have your evidence. I think you have your proof. That's it. That explains the relationship, okay? So, next question. What has prompted you to make these videos? This is the BBC now to me. And is there a reason they have become more political over time? Right, my answer, nothing has prompted me, okay? I do what I do of my own volition and choosing to suit my own whims, okay? I'm not paid, I'm not prompted, I'm not coerced, I'm not slave labor. Not in any way, shape or form does anyone prompt me or push me to do this. I do this and I've always done this. I have been outspoken against what I see as hypocrisy and inequality, against human rights abuse by Western governments since my mid to late teens. This is nothing new. I can prove this, that I have always done this. Next question, is there a reason they have become more political over time? Okay, the insinuation, the loaded question. Me to the BBC. Who says they've become more political over time? You, blah, 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 the reporter, or the BBC are saying this. So you must verify on what basis you make this statement, because you make a statement in the question. This is what's commonly known as spin, okay? They are spinning me, they're trying to spin me with a loaded question. It's not a question, or at best, it is a leading question. It is a loaded question, and as such, it is inadmissible, it is unacceptable, and doesn't warrant any response. However, I will elucidate, okay? Proof. My videos, my songs, my other writings have not become any more or less political, for want of a better description, over any time frame. I've written songs stating my views and criticizing the inhumanity of UK and the US and Western governments, their home and their foreign policies, and these are recorded and they're dated, stretching back to 1987 and before, okay? I can prove this, and this clearly confirms that the recording of these statements, these writings, these songs, my thinking, my feeling, goes back to 87 and before. The links I can provide to prove that I have always done this. I have not become more political over time. Right, now we go to the claims. Here are the claims that I would like to give you a right of reply to. Previously, it was, I also wanted to share some claims that have been made that I would like to give you a right of reply to. Your videos are coordinated to counter investigative reports by independent, get this, independent media outlets on topics such as blah, blah, blah. Human rights, all this. Right, Barry, me, to them. Firstly, regarding the claims that you say have been made. Who exactly makes or has made these claims? And why is it that you, the BBC, would like to give me or have any right to give me a right to reply to by your good grace? Unless it is you, the BBC, that is making these claims. Okay? The semantics, the language, the insinuation, the loaded question, the spin. I know where the claims are coming from. It's from them. And they're trying to put me in a box here. And I don't let them. And here's lesson number 2 coming up, okay? Next claim. Your videos are coordinated to counter investigative reports by independent media outlets on topics such as human rights, blah, blah, blah. Right, my reply, no, they are not. And to what investigative reports, by what independent media outlets do you allude? Who are you talking about? Are you talking about Adrian Zenz? Are you talking about Radio Free Asia, RFA, by any chance? Neither of these entities are independent. They're paid. And they're paid to do what they do, so they're not independent. So what other independent entities you're talking about, I don't know. They never said. So the BBC, continuing my reply, the BBC are attempting to insinuate their agenda. And so it is quite clear where the agenda lies. The agenda is lying with the BBC themselves, and who is telling the BBC, who is directing the BBC to do what they do in the way that they do it. So it's the money behind the BBC, okay? Don't tell me the BBC is independent. Don't tell me the BBC is unbiased, because it's not. It is a state mouthpiece. So similarly here, to continue my reply, similarly here, you and the BBC are attempting to insinuate a coordinated effort of some kind. You're not alone. The ASPI tried this as well. They accuse me also. The ASPI being the Australian Strategic Policy Institute, and Satellite Boy and all this crew, you know, again, who are paid to do what they do by weapons manufacturers. They try to insinuate this coordinated effort. So now the BBC are on this trail too. No surprise that the ASPI, the BBC, you know, they're all connected, and who's paying them? It's the same bunch, it's the same crowd, it's the MPIC, or the MPAIC, as I now like to call it, which is the military, political, academic, industrial complex, because they're all fucking in it together. Okay, right, so I will continue my reply. Excuse me, I digress, okay, a little. Similarly here, you and the BBC are attempting to insinuate a coordinated effort of some kind. And again, as usual, as is usual with the ASPI and the BBC and Adrian Zenz and Radio Free Asia, there is no substance at all to any of your claims. Nothing more than allegation and insinuation and spin. and loaded questions, okay? There's nothing more than claims made by some ethereal entity, okay? Which we don't know who it is, but we kind of do know who it is, don't we, really? You know? So, next question. Your videos are part of a disinformation campaign to spread Communist Party rhetoric. Barry, me, to the BBC. Again, no. See above the rest of the email. Another insinuation by you yourselves. Another ethereal claim floating in from this strange entity that is making these claims. Another ethereal, ridiculous claim that you don't want to say where it comes from, but I know where it comes from, and everybody out here knows where it comes from, okay? So to continue, this is laughable, this is baseless, okay? I will state clearly, categorically to these supposed claims. Neither you, nor the BBC, nor the ASPI, nor anyone else on this planet has one single shred, one iota of evidence to prove otherwise. This is another insinuation, another ethereal claim from this disembodied entity, okay? So, part of a disinformation campaign? No. Come on. Nota bene, NB, nota bene, Latin. The Communist Party, I gave them a little lesson here, the Communist Party of China do not indulge in rhetoric, okay? Just so you know, it's the Western governments that do this. China doesn't engage or indulge in rhetoric. China just speaks the facts, because that's how China works, okay? Right, next question, next claim. You are paid by China to create these videos. I fucking wish somebody would give me some fucking money to do what I do, really, seriously. No, I'm not, okay? So, my answer, excuse me, my answer, no, I am not, okay? Neither China, nor the CPC, nor the Chinese government, nor the PRC, nobody fucking pays me to do what I do, right? The truth is, if they offered me money, I would fucking take it, okay? If they gave me money, I would have it gladly, because I'm doing this anyway, so I might as well be paid. So, again, not you, not the ASPI, not Raytheon, nor Northrop Grumman, nor BAE, nor Lockheed Martin, nor the UK government, nor the US government have one single shred of proof to prove that I am paid by anybody to do what I do, okay? Show me the fucking proof. Right, I sign off there, saying you got no proof and you never will have, and that's it. So I've answered every claim, I've answered every question in an email, which I know. Now here's the thing, I know they got the email because I get a notification from this server saying email seen, email received. I get this. I know they saw it, and they know that I know that they saw it, okay? My PS was very simple. I wouldn't give a fuck if you did. I wouldn't give a fuck if you did have any proof. I would not care a jot if you had any proof that I was being paid. I don't care, right? Because I would like to be paid for this, okay? So my final reply, my PS was, I wouldn't care a jot if you had any proof, okay? I sent a follow-up email which said, hello, blah, blah. I know you saw the last email I sent. Am I correct? Because I didn't hear from them for some days, okay? Am I correct in assuming that you're deliberately not even saying thank you to me for acceding to your request for me to answer your questions and claims, in order to be able to say, to claim that you, the BBC, tried to contact me, the old trick, but that I failed to reply in time. And this is what they tried. They tried to do this with the deadline bullshit, and it was a lie, okay? So I sent another email saying, did you get this? I know you got this. I know you saw this. Are you deliberately not replying? So are you not replying to me now? Not even saying thank you. So you can go ahead and print your piece, your hit piece on me and on Daniel, and say, he never replied, he never responded, okay? And simultaneously saying that you gave me the chance of a right to reply, but I didn't, as you've done with other people on similar issues. I would appreciate at least, I'm reading here, at least acknowledgement. It's rather rude of you to not even say a polite thank you. Didn't your parents bring you up properly or something? Regards, Barry. The next email I got said, hi Barry, apologies. I was out of the office until today. Thanks for getting this back to me. Much appreciated. Blah, blah. I responded, okay, I appreciate your reply. Can I trust that you and the BBC will print or publish my response verbatim, word for word, without alteration, or changing words, context, or altering my response, or taking it out of context to imply meanings that to imply meanings other than those which I clearly state and intend. Regards, Barry. I heard nothing else, and then this is now taking us up to May the 7th. I said, hi, blah, blah. I'm wondering if and when the BBC article might be published. So this has gone on since April the 17th, and we're now on May the 7th. I'm wondering if and when the BBC article might be published. I would appreciate you letting me know. Thanks. Regards, Barry. Next email, and this is the last email, May the 8th. Hi, hi Barry. This is May the 8th, 5:47 a.m. China time. Hi Barry. I'm not sure yet when it will be published. Within the next week or so, I'll keep you posted. Many thanks. Blah, blah. My final response, hi, thanks for keeping me posted. Cheers, Barry. Seen via email, May the 8th, 12:04 p.m. So, this is now May the 8th, and we're now on June the 8th. This is a month later, and as far as I know, I've seen no article from the BBC. Now, I responded to every question and every claim in full. That's what they wanted. That's what they were saying they gave me the right of reply to by their good grace. I responded, there's been no article. Here endeth the second lesson. Work it out, join the dots, okay? Don't fuck with me, BBC. I'm full of shit on it. Okay, well that's it. That's the thing. Okay, so now I'm going to try and do oh, I'm going to do a share screen. I've got to do a share screen. Wait a minute. I've got to do this fucking thing. Wait a minute. Right. So just so you know, here's the thing. So that's going to have to be cut a minute. I need to drag this the fuck down there. Right. Here's my, right, okay. Here's the proof that I have not altered anything, and I can prove every single word of this exchange. This is my Wix dashboard, my management system, okay. And oh, what the fuck is that? I don't know. Hi Barry, I'm not sure when it will be published. So that's the last email. Hi, thanks for keeping me posted. May the 8th, 12:04 p.m. And look, I'm going to scroll up. I'm going to scroll up here. This is the whole email history, okay? This is the whole email history here, okay, with the dates as they're flying up. You can see the dates. Oh, maybe you can't see the date. I'm trying to keep the name secret, but I shouldn't disclose names. But look, there's the whole email history, okay, between me and this BBC reporter. So-called reporter, reporter, typist, stenographer, whatever you want to call them these days. Like as I say, they're not the sharpest tools in the box anymore. And there's the whole thing, okay? Every single word, every single email. I can't mess with that. I can't alter it. I can't interfere with it. I can't change it. It is what it is, and I can prove every single word of this exchange, okay? And since my last email to them, there has been nothing, no article, nothing published. Here endeth the second lesson. Okay, and I gotta stop sharing somehow. How do I don't know how this fucking works. Stop sharing. And stop recording. Here endeth the second lesson. Work it out, join the dots, okay?